It is the tool that need to learn for the to. What is the meaning of Terraform? My name. Now I fixed it. I need to start Terraform. Why? Because like okay. Just now I fixed it. I need to start Terraform. Why? Because like I thought no one is from 11 a.m. here, but a lot of people are from 11 a.m. It's fine. For today I can start Terraform. So what is the meaning of Terraform? My first question for all of you is, what is the meaning of Terraform? Write this as main heading. It is the tool. It is the tool that need to learn. It is the tool that need to learn for the people. It is the tool that need to learn for the people. It is a tool that need to learn for the people who want to go with 3+. Who want to go with 3+ years of experience. Definitely damn sure. First of all, write this point. The people who want to go with experience only learn this. The people who don't want to go with experience, you can sit and relax. You can learn for your knowledge. Okay. So let's start now. Terraform is going to be, how did we cover Helm in Kubernetes? Now Helm I am going to cover and separate Kubernetes post, Rahul. Okay. I have the content actually. If you want the help, I have the help just study with me, but I don't teach here. This is going to be teach on your Kubernetes separate course. Okay. So Terraform, what is the meaning of Terraform? Just close the door first of all of you. Close the door. Okay. So Terraform, I'll explain in the complete realistic way how you need to work on real time. Completely real time work I'm going to teach on Terraform. First of all, sir, what is the meaning of Terraform? Means you want to build a project. If you want to build a project, what you need first of all? Servers you need to have. Cloud account you need to have. VPC you need to have. Everything AWS components you need to have. Correct? Why? Because every application you are going to deploy on cloud only. Where you are going to deploy every application? Cloud. Correct? Sir, for example, in cloud, have I shown how to create servers? Have I shown how to create buckets? How to create EBS volume? This we have learned. Sir, it is for client 1. It is for client 1. For example, next day client 2 came. Again you want to create servers. Again you want to create VPC. Again you want to create bucket. Day 3, one more client came. Again you are going to do the same manual work. No, right? What is the main intention of DevOps? To automate the things. Main intention of DevOps is to automate the. Is that point clear for all of you? My first point for all of you is DevOps main thing is to automate the things. Here, when you work on cloud, everything you are going to call is called as infrastructure. That means your server, your VPCs, okay, as well as your elastic load balancer. Everything are going to come under infrastructure. What we can call it as? Write the first point. To release any application into the market, to release any application into market, we need to have infrastructure. What we need to have? Infrastructure means all the components you are going to do on the cloud. Is that clear? Sir, for every application you need to create infrastructure. Is that point clear? Normally, where we are going to create infrastructure, sir? On cloud. Where you are going to create infrastructure? Which cloud we are using? AWS. Infrastructure creation is manual way. Creating server, are you creating manual or automatically? Manually, correct? But here, by using Terraform, you are going to make manual things into automation. What you are making? Manual things into? What is a manual thing here? Creation of infrastructure. What is a manual thing? What you are making automation? Creation of infrastructure. Like creation of infrastructure is manual way normally. But on the Terraform tool, we are going to make it automate. What we are going to make it? Is that clear for all of you? First thing? Okay. So then, sir, what I am doing is here. What I am going to do is now. Terraform is an open source infrastructure management tool developed by HashiCorp. Who developed Terraform? It is an open source. What is the meaning of open source? Free to use. Infrastructure as a code means here infrastructure you are going to create by code. Up to now you create EC2 servers. How you create? Go to console, click on next, it is created. But now to create server, you need to write the code. What you need to write? Code means not Java, not Python, not any other code. It is some separate language. That is called as HCL, HashiCorp configuration language. Which language it is? Okay. Terraform uses a simple syntax. Can provision infrastructure across multiple cloud. That means, sir, on Terraform, you can write a code. That code can create infrastructure. Is that clear? In Terraform, what you write? A code you write. What you write? That code is going to create the. What is the meaning of infrastructure? Servers, virtual private cloud, load balancer, everything. Simply infrastructure, right? Infrastructure is equal to resource used to run application on cloud. This is the actual meaning of infrastructure. But infrastructure means resource used to run application in cloud. Run or like host or deploy, whatever it can be. Run or hosting or deploying anything like that. Sir, you are telling that you are going to write a code. That code is in which language? Means HCL language. Which language? HCL means HashiCorp configuration language. What is the meaning of HCL? Sir, here you are talking about the codes. But what is the code means here? IaaC. The meaning of IaaC means infrastructure as a code is the managing and provisioning of infrastructure through code manual process. That means instead of creating infrastructure manually, here we are creating the infrastructure by using code. What we are using? What is the code here we are using? HCL code. Which code? That we can call it as configuration language. HCL means HashiCorp configuration language. Is that part clear? With infra as a code, configuration files are created that contain our infrastructure. That means in this we are going to create our infrastructure. For example, sir, how this will work is you write a file. In this file, you write some code to create EC2. EC2 will be created. For example, here I have given to T2 micro. In later, you want to make it as T2 large. You can make it. For example, here you take Ubuntu image. Later, you want to take it as Red Hat. You can make it. You can create the infrastructure. You can modify as well. Is that clear? So, for example, if we talk, when I create a server, I want to change the OS in the middle. Can I change? I cannot change. But Terraform automatically it will change if you want. Like that. So infrastructure Terraform can handle low-level elements like networking, compute, instance, storage. It can handle as well as high-level elements also it will handle. So Terraform can be able to handle both low-level elements as well as high-level elements. Low-level elements means computing, network, storage are your low-level elements. High-level element means SaaS features, DNS entry, like that. So Terraform is very easy to use. Trust me, Terraform is very, very easy to use. For example, if you want to create an infrastructure on AWS in real time, at least case I am taking, we will take 2 days to create infrastructure in manual way. But same automation way, we can create infra in 1 hour. How much time it is? 2 days and 1 hour. Which one is better? Trust me, like we created infrastructure for one client called SNP. You know SNP company? Okay, SNP is our client. Toyota, you know, right? Toyota is our client. We create 2 days like infrastructure. Why? Because it is manual work. We cannot work for 24/7. It will take 1.5 days to minimum 2 days. But by using Terraform, we have created the infrastructure within only 1 hour to 2 hours. The least case. Okay, that's the example. Terraform is not fully cloud agnostic. That means I cannot use Terraform only on AWS. I can use Terraform on Azure. I can use Terraform on GCP. I can use Terraform on Salesforce. Wherever you want, you can create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also, we create infrastructure, if you remember. In COPS, I have created infrastructure. That's it. In COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. Create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also we create infrastructure. If you remember, in COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. See, Chef Puppet. In COPS also we create infrastructure. If you remember, in COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. You can create Terraform. Docker Swarm or Kubernetes. Be cloud agnostic. That means I cannot use Terraform only on AWS. I can use Terraform on Azure. I can use Terraform on GCP. I can use Terraform on Salesforce. Wherever you want, you can create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also, we create infrastructure. If you remember, in COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. I Terraform is not fully cloud agnostic. That means I cannot use Terraform only on AWS. I can use Terraform on Azure. I can use Terraform on GCP. I can use Terraform on Salesforce. Wherever you want, you can create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also, we create infrastructure. If you remember, in COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. infrastructure within only 1 hour to 2 hours. The least case. Okay, that's the example. Terraform is not fully cloud agnostic. That means I cannot use Terraform only on AWS. I can use Terraform on Azure. I can use Terraform on GCP. I can use Terraform on Salesforce. Wherever you want, you can create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also, we create infrastructure, if you remember. In COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it. Can create Terraform. If you remember, in COPS also, we create infrastructure, if you remember. In COPS, have we created infrastructure? That's it.